Greetings, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen. The book of Genesis, chapter 6, mentions an incident in which the sons of Elohim went in to the daughters of men and had children with them. Following that incident, our Creator made a pronouncement, which verse 3 in that chapter reports using the following words: "My spirit shall not contend with man forever, for he is but flesh. His days shall be 120 years. That pronouncement appears to be saying that the lifespan of a human being going forward would not exceed 120 years. And yet the Bible itself bears witness that many people who lived after that pronouncement was made died aged more than 120 years. So what then could that pronouncement have actually meant? The book of Joshua, chapter 4, records the conversation which Noah had with the people who were begging him to let them into the ark after the waters of the flood began to pour over the earth. In verse 20, he says, "Is this not the thing that I spoke to you of 120 years back, and you did not hearken to the voice of the Lord? And now do you desire to live upon the earth?" To which they reply in verse 21, "We are ready to return to the Lord. Only open for us so that we may live and not die." And in verse 22, Noah replies, "Behold, now that you see the trouble of your souls, you wish to return to the Lord. Why did you not return during these 120 years which the Lord granted you as the determined period?" Chapter 3 and verse 8 and 11 of the book of Joshua echo this same thing about the 120 years. And so we can see that the 120 years in the book of Genesis chapter 6 refers not to the lifespan of a human being, but rather to the time which remained until the waters of the flood came and destroyed all but 8 human beings. In other words, the countdown to the destruction of the people who lived before the flood of Noah began 120 years before that flood came upon them. That information should concern all of us who are alive today, and here's why. Our first father Adam died at the age of 930 years. Concerning his death, the book of Jubilees chapter 4 and verse 30 says, "And he lacked 70 years of 1,000 years. For 1,000 years is as one day in the testimony of the heavens. Therefore was it written concerning the tree of knowledge, on the day that you eat thereof, you shall die. For this reason, he did not complete the years of this day, for he died during it." The book of 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 8 likewise indicates that to our Creator, 1,000 years is like one day. Many people have argued, and convincingly so, that the 7th 1,000-year period following the creation corresponds with the weekly Sabbath day, in that it is a period of rest, excepting only that the rest is for the earth itself. That period will see the earth experience unprecedented peace, not least because Satan will have been locked away. And so if the destruction of the people who lived, if the countdown to the destruction of the people who lived before the flood of Noah began 120 years before the flood came upon them, might it be possible that for the people living today, the countdown to their destruction also begins 120 years before the start of the seventh day? Are there any reasons to believe or any indications to suggest that a countdown like that does in fact exist? Before I answer that question, allow me please to provide you with a little bit of background. If you have read my book titled True Bible Calendar, a link to which I have included in the description box below, or if you have followed the True Bible Calendar series which is on this channel, then you probably already know that December 14, 3839 BC is the Julian calendar date of the fourth day in the week in which Adam was created. Therefore, the beginning of the seventh day by the reckoning of heaven will be exactly 6,000 years following that date. The date of that day is June 16th, 2142 AD. The date of the day that is exactly 120 years before that date is Saturday, November 12th, 2022. That means that if there is a count to the start of the seventh day, then it will have begun on Saturday, November 12th, 2022. I would like to invite you to watch the second part of this video, in which I will share with you the 3 reasons that strongly suggest that such a count in fact did begin on Saturday, November 12th, 2022. I look forward to seeing you in that video. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.